Okay, everybody, this is the fourth and final time I am recording my review of Transformers 4. I say it again. This is the last time I'm recording this review. If anything happens, for better or worse, I'm done. Okay? I'm just gonna cut straight to the point and say humans should have realized that Transformers were made of transformium. So, no science. So you're telling me that no scientist had the idea of testing the Transformers metal? This is the government we're talking about. In the Transformers universe, the government kept the secret of them hiding Megatron inside Hoover Dam, also the Allspark, and they reverse engineered on Megatron. So you're telling me, that you you reversed engineer his systems, yet you didn't test out his metal and was able to link Transformium to the Transformers. The guy said that they discovered Transformium a long time ago, but didn't know what its uses was. Well, the government was freaking experimenting on Megatron, and the government was freaking experimenting on Megatron. It was just freaking experimenting on freaking Megatron. And you're telling me that the humans didn't put two and two together and just link Transformium with Megatron. Or at least the Transformers. You're... I... Speaking of Megatron, Megatron was this new body, Galvatron. I like the fact that the humans named Megatron's new body Galvatron. They pulled a G1 movie where Unicron reformatted Megatron to Galvatron, and they technically reformatted Megatron into Galvatron. But what I don't see is how he was able to reprogram the Transformium to do what he wanted. And even if he could, and he reprogrammed his own body, couldn't he have just reprogrammed the others to do his bidding, making his rise earlier? Just saying. And if I know anything about Galvatron, is that he hates humans. He thinks they're weak. So to keep the human's form that they gave him is basically, I don't think Galvatron would have kept it like that. I think that granted, they kept on having to reformat his body because he wouldn't get the body from his prime, which explains why he has a truck-like form of Optimus Prime from the first 3 movies. I had a thought about reprogramming. Oh yeah, where does he get the nanobots to reprogram his body? Where? Just where did he get? I'm pretty sure his body would have been melted down by now. Maybe not at that moment, but they disposed of Megatron's body in the first movie in the, I quote, the deepest place on Earth. pretty sure no other Decepticons had nanobots. And you're telling me that the humans were not monitoring Galvatron's body and not able to detect others, these nanobots, which are basically transformers, miniature transformers. Basically like that. You're telling me no human detected that. Can you guys hear me? The audio doesn't look like it's responding. Hello? La 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 la. And the Autobots should have known that the humans were hunting them. They're high-tech, sentient robots. And from the books that I've read about the Bay universe, they can easily decrypt their communications. Hang on, I'm thinking of something. Thinking. God, I'm gonna have to come up with something quick. Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't really know who the main antagonist is. You don't know who the main villain is. At first, it seemed like the humans, then it was Galvatron, and Lockdown was just made to look like a side character, even though he was like the last robot that Prime fought and killed. That's not what the trailer made it look like. It made it look like that Lockdown was going to be the main bad guy. And I love the inclusion of Mark Wahlberg. It's a big improvement from Shia LaBeouf. A huge improvement because this guy doesn't stutter. He doesn't make. He's a good guy, and he's a great actor. And I have a feeling that Michael Bay actually tried to make this movie good, and he succeeded in some areas. Other areas, not so much. Maybe little. And he's not being handed. No, he's not gonna. He's gonna continue directing Transformers, but the studio that owns Transformers movies rights right now should have handed off to a good director in the first place. Not that I'm saying that Michael Bay's bad, it's just that his first three movies were utterly. I have no words for them. And I don't mean it in a good way. They should have got someone like Bryan Singer or Joss Whedon. Those two made X-Men 1. Bryan Singer made X-Men 1 and X-Men 2. I have not seen X-Men Days of Future Past yet. Otherwise, there would be a review about that. But he made those two movies great. And Joss Whedon, he directed Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is pretty much the only show I watch now. And Transformers Prime. Peace Hunters. And he just made the Avengers go, wow, awesome! I want to see the next movie about the Avengers. Not like Michael Bay, where he's like, explode. Where he's not done-handed to someone like Michael Bay. But think, if they gave they gave the rights to the directing rights to Transformers to M. Night Shyamalan, imagine it. He'd make Michael Bay look like a Bryan Singer. No offense to M. Night Shyamalan if you're watching this video. Just saying. You made the Avatar The Last Airbender. Go watch the Screen Junkies Honest trailer for... I totally agree on it. I totally agree with the Screen Junkies Honest trailers. Check it out. Shameless plug. And... yeah, you can't tell who the main antagonist is. And Galvatron only gets a few scenes, one fight with Optimus. Michael Bay did an okay job of leaving us off. Cliffhanger, I would just have liked to see Galvatron more. Like, have him team up with Lockdown to capture Optimus Prime. So... he could leave him alone for his conquest, and to revive Cybertron and his conquest of Earth and the universe. Just a thought. And lastly, when Optimus Prime leaves, he's flying. I mean, he's flying with his new form. And I'm like, you couldn't have done that earlier? I mean, did you just find out you could do that now? I mean, you're a freaking robot that can run system checks. You couldn't tell you could have flown before? It would have made your job so much easier. But anyways, as he's flying away, he's like, I'm coming for you, my creators. And if you watch the G1, the creators of the Transformers are the Quintessons. And apparently they hired Lockdown to bring him to them on Quintessa. Can you guys hear me? Doesn't look like the audio's responding. Leave a comment below if you can hear me, because it doesn't look like the Autobot audio is responding. And for a few other series, Primus is the creator. So, seeing as how, and then there's the Allspark, which was supposedly supposed to have created life on Cybertron. So, it was like continuity error. Is it the Allspark that created the Transformers, or is it the Quintessons? Or, and Optimus Prime said before there was time, there was a cube. So, anyways, which continuity, which timeline, which Transformers universe would you like to go with? Obviously, they're gonna do the Quintessons, because Primus can't be the main antagonist. He is the embodiment of good. He is actually Cybertron. Anyways, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. This has been my Transformers 4.